But okay, I guess for me, a hurricane is hurricane fears are exasperated by my respect for the ocean as this powerful celestial body that it has no master, and like just like that kind of raw force of nature just terrifies me in a way. And I
Yeah, hey, look, bro, I'm right there with you, bro. Because, like, bro, because personally, right, I don't fuck with the ocean. I don't fuck with the water. I only mess with I went to Lake Tahoe during the summer, and it was like a man-made lake, and I'm just like, okay, you know what, this is
this is
cool. I
safe.
I can deal with this. The water is very clean because it comes down from the mountain. It was very beautiful, right?
Okay,
So
nice.
like, but that being said, right, when it comes to like places like the fucking Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, I keep telling people, stop fucking with nature. It'll fuck with you back and you won't like it, right? My full belief, bro, is that we definitely got aliens, but they already here. They in the ocean, right? But
Okay,
they
I'm fine with it.
there has been depths of the ocean that we have not
Look, come on.
discovered yet.
If you think that aliens aren't real, like just on like a mathematical type of thing, and then also just like recognizing that we're just three-dimensional beings and we're fucking simple in terms of like a cosmic sense, like if you don't think that we have aliens, like you're bugging. You're in denial. That's really what it is.
Like I'm trying to tell you, you see it on Facebook videos all the time. There's pressure and depths that human beings cannot go
Oh
into
yeah, like
with
Mariana's Trench. Like we
like the
can't go in.
Mariana Trench, and people find shit living in that.
Yeah,
In,
dude.
in
There's
living in complete darkness with unlivable pressure for beings.
okay, wait.
But they're shitting that.
Let me talk
Y'all
about something.
tripping, bro.
So okay, this is gonna like kind of like make people think I'm like a quack, but whatever. Like, okay, so I was I was watching this like video series on this application that like called Gaia. I saw a YouTube ad for it, and they were talking about like the universe, and I was like, oh, all right, and like the guy was like, the ad was like, I want to say a minute and a half, but I was sold. I was like, I don't know, I don't care if this is not real. This is entertaining, interesting. I'm gonna go listen to what this has to say, and suffice to say that the reflective thinking that I had from that like made me grow as a person. But then it got to a certain point where he was like, all right, now that I explained how the universe works, which he does it in really easy terms. The universe, the second dimension being perspective, positive and negative, the third dimension matter, fourth dimension is time, fifth dimension is love. I was with him. I was with him, and like, he's going through these dimensions and talking about them. And then he gets to a point where he's like, all right, let's talk about the aliens that affected us and like how humanity really came to be, and let's talk about all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm still listening, but also I canceled my subscription to this app because I'm done. So I'm like listening to it,
Yeah,
and
they went in the primordial ooze, and
well,
they
so that's what they did. So aliens, interdimensional beings. There's like four of them, like four like primary races or something, and they came to Earth and they started fucking everything to try and figure out which one could they
okay.
actually create with, and try to like find something sentient, because the like I guess they were all immortal beings, so time is not a real concept, so they can't grow. They can't. There's not a quantify way that they can like. So they had to like create beings that could die and experience and like be points of data, and so they're fucking everything. And of course, humans are one branch, I guess, but there's also a theory that octopus, which are incredibly sentient beings, are the result of one of the failures, quote unquote, of these experiments with
I
our
told you this,
planet.
bro. An app told you this. So this man just literally just went through this whole spiel about like the universe and like creation. He's like, okay, at the root of this, aliens fucked up because we wanted the octopus. We didn't want octopuses. We don't know how that happened.
And now we can't get rid of them, and we kind of eat them sometimes.
Yeah, so we're really sorry.
that I don't know why, but that also reminds me
So look,
of
bro.
the carcinification theory, where there's certain life forms that eventually evolve into crab-like life forms as like a pinnacle of evolution. You don't know about this?
A
It's called carcinification. There are crustaceans that on a long enough timeline become crabs, because crab is the optimal life form formation. There's a whole like scientific journal theory about this. Carcinification, dude. It's so funny to think about. But like they show like 20 different varieties of crab, and they're all like the end evolution of crustacean lines. Like it's so funny. I love this.
That's okay. See, this makes the water just even more scary. It's just like, so if
It
I run into
is.
a lobster, she's like, I'm literally, I'm not even in my final form.
Yeah.
Like, I'll kill you right here.
I'm going to evolve to my final form, and then it'll be over for y'all. Like, but I. So and then it's funny that you mentioned the whole like in the aliens are in the oceans because that like kind of like talks about like Atlantis and like what that really
Bro,
was.
look, bro,
And
all I'm saying is it's just like there's shit in the water that we have not seen yet.
yeah, and it could be
All I'm
aliens.
saying.